Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 65 and today we have got some very exciting plans indeed. As you guys know, recently we started a new project. That is this thing right here. This is the Batcave, and I have to say, a lot of you were very excited about this. I mean, seriously, you guys were so excited about it. I saw all of the comments I was reading through. It's one of the most viewed Hermitcraft episodes within the first week I think I've ever uploaded. Completely insane. So we're going to be working on this and hopefully filling it up with a bunch of new sections, a few platforms, a few areas, a few redstone contraptions. Basically, it's going to be an action-packed episode and I can't wait to get started. But before we begin, there is just something that I really want to mention to you. So as you guys probably remember, we recently put these things on sale. Now these are the Mumbo cubes and they came as a limited time offer with a hand-signed Mumbo card. Yes, I signed thousands of cards. I put the video of that on the second channel and it went down incredibly well, but unfortunately they did end up selling out. Well, now I'm very happy to announce that they are back in stock and you can buy one of these things, lovely, soft and squishy, along with the hand-signed Mumbo cards once again. However, there are only 500 available. Yes, just 500. And to put that in perspective, last time we announced this, over 500 sold in the first 6 hours. So you're going to have to be relatively quick about this one. But yes, they are in stock and I'll put a link to the store down in the description. But anyway, let's pop back onto the Hermitcraft server. That's pretty cool, isn't it? I mean, they're looking pretty good, if you're asking me. I'm very excited for this. So as I say, links can be found down in the description. But anyway, let's crack on with today's Hermitcraft episode. So, the first thing that we've got to do is we've got to build in a staircase that is going to take us down from this door right here down to our floor level. And then we're going to start chucking in the platforms I'm going to have dotted around this place. Now, I've been thinking I will probably end up having around about 2 platforms and they're going to be made of stone brick and glass. So we're potentially going to have one platform that sort of comes out like this and curves around there and goes into that area there. And then we're going to have one maybe slightly higher or lower. They're going to be slightly staggered coming out around here and sort of wrapping around this area and then going in over there. Potentially, and then on top of those, we're going to have various different redstone builds. I've actually got an awesome idea for one of these ones, and it's all going to happen in the near future. But for now, those are the 2 things that really need doing. So I'm going to gather up some resources, and then we'll start building this thing. So I have to say, I've gone for a really quite predictable design as far as the staircase is concerned. But I'm using stone brick stairs, I'm using the stone slab blocks, and also the iron bars up the sides. And I have to say, yeah, it looks pretty cool. I mean, it definitely looks like the entrance to a Batcave. Remember, that's what we're going for here. So before you start commenting down in the comment section, oh, Mumbo's gone back to using stone bricks. Yes, I sort of have temporarily while we're building this thing because I feel like these are the blocks that are really going to fit in with the Batcave vibes that we're going with. But anyway, I would say our staircase is now fully completed. It's all looking pretty nice. Now it is time to start work on the platforms themselves. And I think the first thing that I've got to do is work out 100% where these platforms are actually going to be going, because otherwise we're going to struggle. So I'm thinking this one should be the low level platform, so it comes out around about there and sort of loops around, and this one should be the high level platform. I mean, there's not going to be too much difference between them as the cave isn't quite as big as I remember, but I think it should end up looking pretty cool. I'm going to chuck in some scaffolding blocks and perhaps some templates and things, and we'll see what looks good. We've had a slight change of plan. As I mentioned at the beginning, I was going to do 2 platforms. I've decided to switch things up a little bit and I've gone for 3 platforms instead, and they all sort of intersect one another and I think it all looks pretty cool. Now I haven't actually looked at this thing from this area just yet, so I'm not 100% certain just yet, but let's spin around and yeah, I think that looks cool. I do. I really think that looks pretty awesome. I mean, I know I'm never particularly good at this sort of thing, but I genuinely think that looks really awesome. And of course, what we're going to be doing for the platforms, the actual flooring of each one of these platforms is going to be glass. So of course, we are going to be filling out these areas. It's not just going to be these lines of blocks right here. All of that is going to be glass. All of that area there is going to be glass. All of this is going to be glass as well. And I think that's come together quite nicely. The only thing that I will say is that these 2 platforms look a little bit too similar in their heights. Maybe I should increase the height of this one by 1 more block. I don't think that's necessary actually. I think it all comes together quite nicely and it gives us like a nice open area right here, which is going to lead us through to something else that I'm going to be building in this section. I think this is going to work well. I'm liking the Batcave already. This is already an awesome project. Let's fill these things in. Bit of a progress update for you. I have removed all of the ugly blocks from the floor. As you can see, it is looking 10 times better, and while I was doing that, I also used my new super smelter to smelt up a whole bunch of glass, and we're now in the process of placing in our first platform right here. So this is the sort of style that we're going to be having for all of the platforms in the Batcave. I'm using clear glass just because I prefer it to any of the other different types of glass, and I feel like it fits in quite nicely. And here it is. It looks good. I think it looks really, really good. When we start getting things on these platforms, they are going to look absolutely mega. This is such like an old school Minecraft build. I don't really know how to describe that, but I remember building this sort of thing way back in the early days of Minecraft. I'm sort of taking a trip down nostalgia lane right here. But anyway, I'm going to fill in the glass for the other two, and this place should be looking epic. By the look of things, someone has actually vandalized the center of the nether hub with a tree. Visit the Logfellow shopping brand. I should have known. What? 3 stacks of logs for a diamond! Oh, I don't even care that they vandalized it. That's amazing. So here it is. These are the glass platforms. You've got the top platform, the bottom platform, and we're currently standing on the middle platform. And as I mentioned at the start of today's episode, each one of these platforms is going to have a certain redstone contraption on top of it. I've got a few cool Batman-inspired ideas, but also a few really awesome ideas. For example, this wall right here is going to be something quite special. However, it's going to take quite a bit of redstone development as well, but I'm super excited for that one. But one thing that I will say is, currently there is no way to get between the platforms. We're going to need some staircases, aren't we? I'm about to do a test of my skills and also a test of a project that I have coming up. So let's see if I can quite manage this. Right, we are flying around, and there is the entrance. Oh man, that was cool. Oh, that was cool. I actually felt like Batman for a second. Wow, well, okay. Continuing building the staircases then. Gonna be honest, guys, got a little bit bored of building staircases. I mean, we've got one staircase over here, one staircase over here. We've got another staircase connecting these two platforms. I thought it was time for some redstone. So as you can see, we've got ourselves the beginnings of a slime block elevator. And I'm quickly going to do all of the redstone right here. We need redstone in the middle block there. We need redstone underneath both of our pressure plates. And then 2 repeaters, both set to 4 ticks. Good stuff. That should be good to go. And we've got pressure plates there. We've got movable objects, the sticky piston, the slime block. Yeah, I think we should be ready to use this thing. So let's just run over and see if we can make it onto the next level. Not quite. I don't know what happened just then. Right, let's try it again. No! It doesn't seem to be working. Oh, there it is. I wonder what was happening there. That's very, very odd. Let's try again. Maybe we should clear out this block to give us a little bit more space. That might be a good idea. Right, let's give it another go. Yeah, that seems considerably better. Awesome. This slime block elevator is now completed. Let's just fill in these blocks up at the top, and everything should be looking lovely. What? No! Oh, why does this always happen to me? I always seem to be blown up by creepers. Thankfully, we were really nearby. But I was just about to start the next clip and mention my new project. This is the new thing that we're going to be working on in the Batcave, and it's going to be involving this entrance right here. As you guys may have noticed, I actually flew in through this thing just a couple minutes ago. It was amazing, and that is because a lot of you guys have been asking me down in the comment section, you should build a special elytra entrance for your Batcave so you can fly in like Batman. I think that would be awesome. Like, seriously, I think that would be epic. So what we're going to do now is we're going to crack on with that, and it's going to involve quite a bit of wireless redstone, which I haven't done for a while. Gonna be honest, guys, I've been doing quite a bit of redstone designing. This right here is the product of around about an hour's work. I'm a little bit rusty when it comes to building piston doors, but I've managed to create a 3x5 piston door that uses some really interesting redstone mechanics. In fact, this system right here is taken from the bobblehead that I built for my crazy redstone ideas video, which I never thought that would come in handy. But anyway, as you can see, when we flick the lever right here, the entire thing shuts up. We've got all of the blocks in place, and of course this is going to be our entrance. And when we flick the lever once again, it all opens incredibly quickly. I mean, this is a really fast piston door. Everything just retracts instantly, and we've got ourselves a 3x5 opening, which is perfect for flying through with the elytra, especially if you're rubbish at it like me. So I do believe I have gathered all of the resources. I think I've got the blocks, I've got the pistons, the slime blocks, we've got the immovable objects and the droppers. I need a hopper, that's one thing that I have forgotten. But I've got the redstone torches, I've got the sticky pistons, I've got all of the repeaters, I just crafted up all of those. Yeah, I'd say we're good to go for this doorway. Now all I have to do is work out where I can get myself a hopper, and we will be in business. This redstone torch needs to go here. This repeater needs to run into this redstone, and then we need to create the little pulse extender, which will allow all of our blocks to retract. And I think the bottom section should now be completed. So we need vortex there, redstone there. Good stuff. Jobs are good, and everything is completed. So do I have a lever? No, of course I don't have a lever. Oh, I infuriate myself with how bad I am at remembering resources. But anyway, let's try this out using a redstone torch. Oh, yeah, see, that was a stupid idea. That's why you bring a lever along with you. Idiots! Just the final 2 pieces of redstone, and this door is now fully completed. There it is. It is currently open, and it looks absolutely monstrous, doesn't it? I really like the look of certain redstone builds, and for some reason this one just looks really cool to me. I think it's just because it's got a lot of exposed slime blocks and a lot of piston action going on. Big fan of that one. But anyway, let's make sure that this thing works. Fingers crossed, everything is fully functional. I'm yet to test it out. So we flick the lever. Good. Okay, that's a very good sign. The closing is completed. Let's just make sure that all of the blocks are in the right locations. Yes, they are. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Right, let's test the opening, if my mouse will reconnect. And by the look of things, that is working as well. Fantastic. Okay, so we've got ourselves a 3x5 piston door that will open up when we jump down from the drone. Now, I know what you're thinking. Mumbo, how are you actually going to open this door? Obviously, we can't have this lever on the inside because that would be no good. We need some way of activating this thing while we're either flying with our elytra or from the top of the drone. But of course, if we're doing it from the top of the drone, it would be really horrible. We'd have a redstone line going right the way from up there, all the way down here, and then into the piston door, and that would be a little bit silly. So what we're going to be doing is some wireless redstone. It has been ages since I've done this, but this should, in theory, work, especially because of where we're actually standing right here. This is going to line up very nicely indeed. So I'm going to start planning this thing out, and then I'll catch you guys in a little bit. The sender for the wireless redstone unit is all in place, and I'm going to warn you, this is incredibly complicated, okay? So just prepare yourselves. There it is. That's it. There's no other redstone. We don't have any crazy mechanics going on, because all we're going to be doing is we're going to drop an item from the drone. It is going to travel through thin air, and it is going to land in some hoppers, which of course will detect that item, and then we're going to use that redstone signal to open up our piston door. So when we fly through, obviously everything will be opened, and then it will close behind us. I think that's pretty smart, and probably one of the more elegant ways of doing things. So I apologize to those of you who are expecting something crazy, ridiculous here, but no. It's just a fairly simple little mechanic. I really need to light up my base area. There is a creeper there. There is a creeper right there. He's gonna... I mean, seriously? Seriously? Did he really just blow up? He was miles away. Thankfully, it didn't blow up any of my redstone, because otherwise I would have been really cheesed off. I'm now in the process of doing the final parts of wiring to connect our receiver up to the piston door itself. So if you just run this redstone line across like this, that should now be everything done. You can see our piston door is currently closed, but if we head up to the top and chuck an item into the hoppers, in theory everything should open, and it should open for a very long time indeed, due to the fact that we have got ourselves a rather large pulse extender up here. Now this is the pulse extender. We've got a bunch of comparators, and that will increase the length of the pulse, which means that this thing should actually stay open. And we're about to do the first test right here. Fingers crossed everything works perfectly. So, throw in an item, and then we run off in this direction. That's not good. That's not good. What on earth happened here? And what is shooting me? Like, seriously, what is shooting me? Oh! Oh no! Oh dear, that's not good. So that created a redstone clock, did it? How bizarre. I use pulse extenders like this all the time. In theory, I should probably test if the item does actually fall into the hoppers, but that's no fun. Okay. Oh, we might have discovered a flaw with the plan. I feel like I might have just picked up the item, but yeah, no, the door's not open. I think I actually jumped off and picked up the item in midair, which is arguably really impressive. I hadn't thought of that happening though. maybe we should give it another go and try our best not to pick up the item. That's probably a smart move. This time I'm going to hit the button. I'm going to wait for a little while. We'll see the item drop down. And then I'm going to jump off the edge. And still I'm not seeing any door open action. Oh my word! Our door opened, but I messed up. Oh, take 3. This one is the one. I can just feel it in my bones. Right, let's do this. I'm going to take a wide stance right here. We're going to fly around like this. And I'm going to come in for a steep entry. Oh my word, this is fast! That was not the way to do it. Man, I am terrible at this. Oh, I don't know if I deserve this entrance, okay? Because, to be frankly honest with you, I'm terrible with the elytra. I am just so clearly terrible with the elytra. Now all my items are everywhere. Hopefully I have all of them. That was a big hit though. Can you imagine? I wouldn't be surprised if he actually caused a dent in the block. Good grief. You know what they say? 4th time's the charm. This time we're going to take another wide berth, but we aren't going to come in quite as steeply because that was absolutely ridiculous. So let's give it another bash. Right, I'm going to jump right off the edge and I'm going to activate the elytra quite late. And here we go. This is the one. I can feel it. I can feel it. We've gone through. Oh my word, that was amazing. Oh, that was so good. I mean, it totally defeated the object of the door that we have here, but wasn't that cool? Oh, that was honestly one of my highlights of the Hermitcraft series so far. And then, of course, our door has closed behind us. It has given us plenty of time to get through there. This thing is amazing. I'm so chuffed with it. Oh, that's brilliant. Okay, so this thing is now done. Time to move on to the next project. Now, my original plan for the end of today's episode is I was going to start work on clearing out a massive space underneath the Batcave, ready for the project that we're going to be working on in the next episode of Hermitcraft. Now, this project is pretty amazing. I personally am very excited for it because this is something I wanted to do for absolutely ages. I wanted to do this project since the start of my Hermitcraft series, but sadly I've never really had the opportunity to do it, and the Batcave seems like the perfect opportunity, so that's what we're going to be cracking on with in Sunday's episode of Hermitcraft. However, to round things up today, I thought I would do a little something actually in the Batcave once again. I've sort of concluded that I want some layers in this place, because of course we've got the lovely cave, but the floor is completely flat, and also these torches are really ugly. So we're going to solve both of those problems right now. I'm going to add some depth, and perhaps even sort of sync it up with the edges of the platform, so maybe we can have some extra depth in there. I think that would actually look really cool and give us some more space to work with in these sorts of areas. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I'm going to do that. Just doing a little bit of lighting up here, and I should probably remove all of this andesite as well, because andesite is a horrible looking block. But so far, as you can see from the area I've dug out, it's only a couple blocks deep, but that should make all the difference, and hopefully it should look pretty cool. Now, I don't know how good it's going to look. You guys know that I often struggle with building these that look natural. I mean, you heard it all when I was building this gigantic cave. But let's take a look around and see how it is. And yeah, I mean, yeah. That looks cool. If you were wondering what that creak was, no, it didn't come from my bottom. It came from my chair. But this, it looks good. I think, yeah, no, it looks pretty cool. I feel like once we get a lot more of that going on in this area, it will look a tiny bit better. For now, it probably looks a little bit out of place. But no, that adds a really nice bit of detail into our cave. In fact, it makes it look more like a cave, which is a very good thing. This is a good thing. Yeah, that's cool. And obviously, we now have a lot more space to play with down here, which is fantastic. We can actually chuck some redstone contraptions down in this area as well. Awesome. Okay, so this is done. Now it's time to do the other side, which is obviously considerably bigger, and it's probably actually going to wrap around and sort of do something like this. I don't really know. I would say I probably spend about 50% of my time on the Hermitcraft server over at the Ender. I know that's probably not the case, but I come here probably 2 or 3 times every episode to get repairals. It's getting ridiculous. Right, the second half is now done. We have replaced all of the ugly blocks. It is completely unlit, which means it's extremely dangerous, but this is what it looks like. And it's a tiny bit rough around the edges. I think we should remove a few of these and perhaps knock that back a little bit and maybe add a little bit of depth to that one. But for the most part, that actually looks pretty cool. Yeah, so we now have 2 really nice looking areas underneath both of these, and this place is actually starting to look like a proper cave now. I guess the only thing I would say is maybe I should add a layer. As opposed to removing layers, we should add a little bit of a layer here just to give it a little bit more depth. I hate having ender pearls in my offhand. It drives me absolutely crazy. The number of times I've almost died from that sort of thing is ridiculous. But anyway, let's see if we can create something that looks cool here. I think that's alright. I think that actually looks quite good. I think we've done a good job straight away. Maybe we should extend it a little bit further, but you know what? For the most part, that actually looks pretty awesome. I'm going to extend it out a little bit further into this section. Then I'm going to pop off to the brown district and pick up myself a few sea lanterns. Absolutely extortionate prices. Extortionate prices here. My word. It does look cool though, doesn't it? We are now completely torch free in the Batcave, and I must admit, it is looking pretty awesome, but something has actually managed to spawn on the platform itself. Yeah, these things are dark. I've just realised how dark these things are because, of course, they're miles away from those. They're miles away from these as well, which means they're not actually getting any light. So maybe we should add in a few sea lanterns on these as well. That would probably be a good idea to prevent creepers from spawning inside our redstone contraptions because it's always bad news. Right, now I have got myself a bit of a problem. I feel like there's too many sea lanterns here. I mean, look around you. It looks a little bit crazy. Oh no. I don't know what to say to this. Because there's no other way to light this place up. I can't think of any suitable ways to light up this area. Obviously, other than torches, glowstone, we've got redstone lamps, which may look a little bit better, but then we have to power them, so they wouldn't work in these areas here. This is difficult. This is really, really difficult. Maybe we could cover the ones in the floor with grey carpet, but I've never really been into that sort of thing. I don't know, you might have to let me know down in the comment section. Potentially the grey carpet idea is a really good one, so let me know if you like that idea down in the comment section. It will greatly help me out because this looks a tiny bit ridiculous. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the Batcave. I think it looks awesome. In fact, I'm going to take the screenshot for today's thumbnail right there. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good one if you're asking me. But just let me know because I think it could be improved. Maybe there's a better way of lighting this place up. Anyway, at the end of today's episode, we are going to be doing the standard Mumbo Jumbo AFK session. I've been fancying doing this for a little while, simply because I just want to get that full 36 double chests of pumpkins. Now, you guys did the maths on how many emeralds I could get from my current situation, pumpkin-wise, and it's a lot. I think it was something like 1,500 or 1,800 emeralds, something like that, which is pretty bonkers if you're asking me. But I just want to fill the whole thing. I want to fill it. That's all I want to do. I want to fill all of these chests right here, and we're almost there. I think we're at about there. So I'm going to go AFK in my little melon fortress right here, and I'm going to do that overnight, and then I will bring you the results in the next couple of seconds. So I have just come back into the office to find that my computer has decided to do an update last night, which, by the look of things, has restarted Minecraft. Now, in case you're wondering, I am still playing on my old computer, simply because I have not had the time to switch over to the new PC just yet. That will be happening sometime this week. But anyway, it is now time to find out how many items we have, and honestly, I have no clue how many there's going to be, because we have no idea how long I was AFK here for. But I can't imagine it's been so... Oh, wow! Okay, so we are up to the second notch of pumpkins. We have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chests to go before we fill this thing with pumpkins. Obviously, we have the sugarcane. The sugarcane farm is actually switched off at the minute, I do believe. No, it can't be. By the look of things, we're also going to fill that one up. And then these ones are, of course, filled. This one over here, I wonder how the eggs are doing. The eggs are... They're doing okay. I mean, we filled up one layer of eggs. And obviously, our roast chicken... Well, that's all the way down in that chest down there, probably. But there we go. Those are all of the items that we've managed to get in today's AFK session. And you know what? There is actually a block missing over there that I'm not currently able to fix. So I guess that's just going to have to wind you guys up. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I've got time for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please sure to hit that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.